Burial has just played on the IMAX screen. Did you have a chance to watch any of it?
I watched the first few minutes and the end, but it was all like we were at the front, so it was just up my nose. It wasn't the best angle, but I did get to see it a few months ago.
And tell us a little bit about your character and her role.
Brana is a Russian soldier. She is a sniper and a translator, and she ends up leading this group of men who just get to boss a load of guys around. And they're tasked with taking the remains of Hitler back to Stalin. So she has this inner conflict where she has to follow the mission, follow direct orders, and there's that conflict with what she thinks is right. She's Jewish as well, and she's having to deal with Hitler's remains. So there's a huge conflict there, which is one of the things that really drew me to the script.
And you say she's there with this big group of soldiers. You know, how did you sort of work to be able to? Because she does overpower them in a way, as much as she's smaller than them. How did you work on that?
Yeah, that was one of the biggest challenges for me, I think. There was the prep. The main prep was doing lots of reading and trying to get into the minds of those women who did fight in the war. There's some incredible books, first-hand stories that really helped, and some documentaries. And then Ben's just an incredible director, and we worked closely together and trying to make sure that she was authoritative, that it was believable that she ends up leading these men who, like say, tower over her. But I think there's an interesting part there where it shouldn't be. It's interesting that she has to find that strength to lead them rather than it just being very easy for her. So I like that character arc that she has, and hopefully that translates.
And obviously we're at FrightFest. You're no stranger to horror films, having previously starred in the remake of Wrong Turn most recently. What is it about this genre that excites you?
You know, I think this genre is very feminist. It gives women really great leading roles. I hope to get to do lots more. They're always really exciting productions. People who love making horror films are just so passionate, and that's really contagious on set. I think some of the most fun I've ever had has been making horror films, so I hope there's plenty more to come.
I mean, Wrong Turn especially, it's so different from the original. What was it like when you read the script and realised that this is a Wrong Turn film, but it's not like one I've seen before?
I think it was. I think the changes were needed. Different era. The first one was in 2003, I think. So it was great for then, and I love that film. It's one of my favourite horror films. But I think it really needed to be something totally different, more modern, more for now, but keeping a little bit of that, well, I don't want to give too much away, but being out in Appalachia, being out in the forest, but I think the story is a little bit more maybe relatable, which can be more scary. It's something that you could come by if you get lost hiking in the forest.
Well, I'm going to let you go on the rest of your evening. Thank you so much. Thank you.